What is up, nation? Today let's talk about Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury and what direction Nintendo may take Mario in the future, and the reason that a new Zelda title may be receiving a remake. Alright everyone, so I got two different topics I want to cover in today's video, and the first of which is my opinion on Mario 3D World and Bowser's Fury, and what I think Bowser's Fury really was behind Nintendo releasing this game, because it's not only, in my opinion, just a short side-through play adventure, but more of a sandbox for them to test the waters with a truly open world Mario, and I have a theory on what I think we can expect from the Mario series going forward. So I want to share that all with you today, and then I also want to talk through the reason why Nintendo and Grezzo is in the news right now. And Grezzo, if you're not familiar, is the studio that is responsible for numerous Zelda remakes, with both the Ocarina of Time 3D port to the 3DS, and then also Link's Awakening that was released on the Switch. Now, before we do hop through all the details today, I just want to quickly invite you all to join Sunbro Nation if you haven't done so already. Do so by subscribing below, hit the like button on this video if you enjoy the content today, and make sure you turn on your bell notification icon so you're kept up to date with all the newest gaming and console news, as we're in the new generation of gaming. But with that, guys, let's dive into the details. So when Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury was announced, I was very excited to see that they were adding in an entire new mode to this game. As somebody like myself who had actually purchased Mario 3D World on the Wii U, I needed a little bit better reason to go ahead and spend another $60 on this title to pick it up. And while Bowser's Fury is a rather short experience, I did thoroughly enjoy it, and I actually really felt like when I was playing through it over and over again that they were actually kind of testing the waters on a truly open world Mario experience, because that is what Bowser's Fury is. So I do want to kind of talk about my opinions on the gameplay aspects and what I think Nintendo will take forward into the future of the Mario franchise. Now, the one thing I think that we probably won't see as far as the overall theme going forward for Mario is like a timed enemy like Bowser was. That was kind of the gimmick for this game. Every 5 to 7 minutes you would have Fury Bowser pop back up and actually try to, interrupt all of what you were trying to do and hunt for cat shines and things like that, and he would be the new focal point because he's blasting fire at you, and next thing you know, you have to handle that before you focus on anything that you were focusing on prior to that. So I do think that that's something that was probably a gimmick that's tied specifically to this game. I could see Nintendo do something like in specific areas of the open world of Mario where maybe they implement a boss that's similar to Bowser's Fury style, but I don't think that that's something we'll see carry forward. What I do think we will see carry forward for the future of the Mario franchise is this open world layout. I think that it'll have refined mechanics and they'll do different things, maybe a little bit more similar to what we saw in the Odyssey engine. But as far as transitioning worlds, I felt like Odyssey was getting really close to delivering like giant sandboxes to play in, and not having you taken out of each level like back in the day in the Mario 64 era. Obviously you're getting one star and going back out to get another star, and you're literally entering and exiting the level each time to do that. We saw them kind of keep that same format all the way through the Galaxy titles, and then I think our Odyssey was really the closest step that they've done to where they don't pull you out of the experience and let you to continue to hunt for moons without having to reset or restart the level in a different form or fashion. Well, Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury, and Bowser's Fury specifically, actually allows you to go through and hunt through the shines and the different challenges that they have without any level selection of any type. And you can fast travel around the world, and you can actually sail to wherever you want or ride on the water Yoshi dinosaur type creature. I don't remember his name, but basically you have a ability to go through the entire open world and it's all connected. And I think that's what Nintendo does for the future of the Mario series. I think that they are getting very good feedback on Bowser's Fury right now, and it is obviously selling very well, as it is now on the top Nintendo sales list for the UK. That's the only sales data we have right now, but it's obviously being received well by fans. There's a ton of talk online, and this game is going to do significantly better than what Mario 3D World did as a standalone title on the Wii U, which obviously makes sense because the Wii U as a whole was a struggling console. But I do think that it's exciting to see Nintendo kind of test the waters with the open world Mario, and now it makes me even more pumped for what we could potentially see in the future with the Mario franchise, and hopefully a almost Breath of the Wild-esque or Breath of the Wild level map system. I would love to see something giant for Mario, and it's all connected in the same world, so let's hope we get some kind of Nintendo Direct soon to look forward for future Mario titles. And then a big news article that's circulating around online is something I want to cover, and that is that Grezzo is now officially hiring for a medieval or stylized style of a game that they've posted a job listing on. So they are now hiring a new talent in for a specific project, which would probably indicate that they are working on some type of a Zelda game. Now, it's not confirmed that it's Zelda, but I want to share with you guys the article and why I think it's Zelda and what the track record that they've done so far for Zelda Remakes is, and why I think this makes a lot of sense. And while, you know, Zelda is not necessarily an exact medieval game, it does have that style to it, and it's definitely more likely than not that this will be some kind of a from the ground up remake of a Zelda title, probably similar to what we saw with Link's Awakening. But let's read through the article details together, and you guys can decide for yourselves on what kind of title you think Grezzo might be up to this time. Grezzo has worked on a few different Zelda games in recent years, including the Switch remake of Link's Awakening. The developer is now hiring for a new project that is described as medieval and stylish. In a job listing listed for one programmer, it's indicated that the game will use Unity, Visual Studio, Git, Redmine, and Jenkins. The staffer would be involved from the ground floor with the planning team, so it's more than just programming. Grezzo is looking for someone with experience in Unity with C number, someone who likes games and can do great things with the player's mindset. There are also job listings for an effects designer and a UI designer. The approach to the game designs would be medieval and stylish. It won't be photorealistic, but it takes elements from reality and puts a design twist on them. The UI designer will be for HUD and menus and such. Aside from Zelda Link's Awakening, Grezzo has also developed Ocarina of Time 3D, Majora's Mask 3D, Triforce Heroes, and Four Swords Anniversary Edition for the 3DS. Nintendo published an entirely original game from the company Ever Oasis in 2017. So it's definitely possible that this is like a sequel to Ever Oasis or something along those lines, or a new IP entirely. But I think if you look at the track record of Grezzo and how many Zelda remakes they've done and the art description behind this upcoming project that they're working on, I think Zelda makes the most sense. And I think that Nintendo knows that they have a full library of handheld Zelda titles that can be remade and resold at $60 a pop, just like they did with Link's Awakening. So I don't think they ditched that format. I think they go ahead and continue with that, especially after how successful that game was. And if we see the Oracle games remade or different 2D Zelda games, we even had Phantom Hourglass just hit with a trademark renewal, it could very easily be something like that, where they're actually going to rebuild these handheld Zelda games from the ground up and do the touched up visuals and new experience and have them all live on the Switch, which I think would be a very exciting thing for the future of all Zelda fans, because the Switch is absolutely the definitive platform to play those games on, with the fact that you can take it on the go or play on an HD TV, and hopefully with an upcoming Switch Pro, maybe even in 4K sooner rather than later. But that's my personal takeaway on it. I don't have an exact speculation on what the title might be, other than it does line in pretty closely with the Phantom Hourglass trademark renewal, so it could be, you know, that, and maybe they're going to do Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks from the ground up, or they could be going in more of the linear timeline of when, you know, Link's Awakening was the first Game Boy game that was actually out for Zelda. So if they go in that order, we might actually see them do an Oracle Ages and Seasons combination in one cartridge, and it could very easily be that. Now, if Grezzo is just now hiring for a key member that is going to be on the design team, they are probably not that far into development, so I wouldn't put this title down as something that will come out anytime soon. But with remakes, they do tend to go a lot faster than just developing something brand new. So we could see this in about a year or two's time. I think that's probably the fastest to expect anything with this type of information, but I do think it's Zelda, and I'm very excited for that. And the more Zelda games that come to the Switch with remakes or remasters is the more the better, in my opinion. So, but please let me know your guys' thoughts on this entire article and what your takeaways were. Thanks so much for watching the video today, everyone. I do truly appreciate you all sticking around until the end. I do at this point in the video want to invite you all to leave me a comment. Let me know your opinions on both of these matters that we talked about today. Are you a fan of Bowser's Fury and the layout of a potential open world Mario game? And do you think that's what Nintendo's going to do going forward? And then on the Zelda front, do you think that Grezzo is actually working on a Zelda title, or this is most likely something that's brand new or a sequel to Ever Oasis? Now, before I do end the video, I do just want to quickly invite you all one more time to join Sunbro Nation if you haven't done so already. Do so by subscribing below. Hit the like button on your way out on this video if you enjoyed the content today, and make sure you turn on your bell notification icon so you're kept up to date with all the newest gaming and console news as we're in the new generation of gaming. That's going to do it for me, guys. I hope you all have a great day. Sunbro Nation, out.